Guys and gals, welcome back to episode 108 of the Double Bogey Show. Today, we did it again. We found our way into some hole-in-one debacles, controversies, debates, everything hole-in-one talk you can imagine. We did it today on the pod. And then we got into the listener Q&A. We hope you guys enjoy the episode.
They piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book in another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now. Okay, guys, we're back, and it's a really weird time of year right now. I really don't know what to think about it because, what is it, October 25th?
Something like that.
I feel like all the courses are going to be closed within the next week. There have been some that have been closing down last weekend.
There are 2 open left in our area.
Which ones?
Village Green is open and Maplewood.
Maple River is one of my favorites too. We might, when they close down?
Halloween.
So
or probably this weekend, maybe not on Monday.
So
Halloween.
on Sunday.
Yeah.
We're gonna miss it.
We're going hunting this weekend though.
Yeah, I'll be a full month with no golf outside. I actually haven't played a full round even on the simulator. I mean, besides the pitch and putt, which is a par 3 course, in a month. And it's a weird time.
It is strange. It's every year I ask myself the question, why did we start a golf podcast in the Midwest right about now?
Yeah.
Right about now, I always ask myself that because we can't fucking golf.
Yeah, we can't do anything. We can golf on the simulator and PGA. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, we're switching things up a little bit. We're going, I think a lot of, there's some people that are wondering, hey, what do you guys do in the wintertime? Well, this weekend we're going on a pheasant hunt. We're going on we're going on a pheasant preserve hunt with the company, right? And that's down in South Dakota. So we're skipping town for the weekend. We're gonna go down. We're gonna shoot some birds, and that's a majority of like what we're doing in the fall. I like to duck hunt. I like to pheasant hunt. I like to deer hunt. You like to deer hunt, turkey hunt. You'll go pheasant hunt if the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, this is the first time I've pheasant hunted since I was 12 years old.
No shit.
Yep. I'll shoot trap maybe once every 5 years.
Yeah.
But this is a first for me. I've never done a hunt like this either. The only time I pheasant hunted, it was bullshit. Like it was for some, the Minnesota Deer Hunters Association youth program took us out to a field where the dudes literally drove the pheasants to the field, tossed them, shook them around, got them confused, and threw them in the fucking field, and it just felt like cheating.
I've done that before, and that's primarily for training dogs. It's really good for training dogs, but in terms of like actually getting out there and finding the birds yourself and doing that, it's basically what it is.
Well, and you got 8 12-year-olds, none of us could hit the fucking broadside of the bar, and it's basically just catch and release these pheasants. I think we got like 3.
Yeah, good for the dogs.
Yeah,
about all it's good for anyway. So we went clay pigeon shooting at the range. I don't know what 2-3 weeks ago.
Yep.
Fuck, I might have to get into a clay pigeon shooting league.
Do it. It was fun.
I feel like that's a lot more feasible than a golf league. I feel like golf league was tough for us because and to be completely transparent, we were hyping this golf league up, and then I think we went 3 or 4 times out of the total of like 18 weeks.
As our original 4 people, like the people we signed up with, you, me, Matt, and Jade, we all 4 went together twice.
2 times.
That's it.
Which is very disappointing.
The whole season.
But here's the issue that we have in our area, and I don't know if people have this issue in other areas, but we have, 7 golf courses between Fargo and Moorhead. And it is so fucking hard to get a tee time anywhere.
Right. I think for some reason, like every one of these courses has a league night.
Yeah.
And for some reason, everybody and their brother decided to sign up for the league we were in.
Well, and even the other leagues too, Tyler. It's like if Osgood has a league on Tuesday night or Tuesday, don't even bother.
Yeah.
So Tuesday's off the shelf.
It just doesn't make it's so crazy to me that you can have every tee time filled out from noon to, in the summer, 7:30.
Yeah.
And then you call like 2 days before and they're like, yeah, they're already taken. I'm like, well, what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Right. Yeah. If you don't call a week in advance, when the second the clubhouse opens, you're not going to get a tee time after work. You're going to have to do like a 1:45 when it's like, okay, well, if I get a 1:45 and I'm done at 3:45, 4:00. Well, do I go back to work?
Uh-huh.
By the time I get back to work, it's 4:30.
Right.
And what do I do with my hands at that point? You know?
And we knew this. We knew from week 1 that we had to sign up early. And did we? No.
A couple times we got lucky because I'd be in the shower at like 6:45. Be like, I gotta get a tea time in 15 minutes. So I'd call in and we maybe get like a 4:45.
Yeah.
Best we could do.
Yep. The other group are quote unquote rivals that I ended up playing with more times than my own team.
Yep.
They would set the tea time up as they finished their round from the week before. So they were on top of their shit. So like they would finish their 9 holes for the
Was league night on Thursdays?
Yeah. So then they would get in and then schedule another tea time for next Thursday, which is so much smarter than what we were doing.
No, but here's the thing. I mean, if their tea time is at 5 p.m., then from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., there's already people calling in getting tea times.
It's for the next week, though.
For the next
Correct.
week. Yes.
You have to call a week in advance. That's what I used to do.
Oh.
I used to call Thursday morning.
Yeah.
To get a tea time. But if they're going in at 5 p.m. before their round is scheduled next week, there's no way they could get a good tea time, right?
No, they are literally scheduling a week in advance.
That's what I would do. I would call the Thursday before to get a tea time for the following week.
No, they were getting the same tea time every week. They had the same one almost every single week.
Doesn't make any sense. Maybe they have something out for me. They recognize my voice on the phone. They're
See,
like,
this fucking guy hasn't paid his league dues yet.
He's not no league dues. He's always been hitting into people constantly.
Yeah, left and right. All he does is cause trouble.
Number 6, he's going long into the clubhouse.
Yep.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yep. I took out a window once. No, I didn't.
I hope not. What do you think? Do you think the window, like, how often do windows in the clubhouse get taken out? Because Frazee, I smashed a window at Frazee.
Yeah.
I accidentally grabbed the wrong club, and the ball was directly at the pin. And I'm like, either that's good or that's going through the window.
Yep. And it went off the window.
Yeah.
But they have to like get double plated glass. Like,
Reinforced, right?
Yeah. They're a golf course, and especially when your clubhouse is right on the green.
Yeah.
You got to be smart and get good glass.
Okay. So here's a question. Does the liability still fall with the player if the clubhouse is damaged?
I would
like the liability falls with the player if a house is damaged.
Probably not, because it's on the course's property.
Makes sense, and it's there for the golf.
Yeah.
The houses are not there for the golf course. They are there because they want to live on a golf course.
And you're not renting the clubhouse. Like if you trash your golf cart, that's on you. You're renting that thing.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah, but you're not renting the clubhouse or anything like that. So I don't think you can get in trouble. I know we'll have to pull the rule book on that one.
Yeah,
not
not
sure. Maybe if we just keep hitting enough clubhouses, we'll find out.
We're gonna try to hit more greens is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, that was also an option.
Yeah, you hit some greens before you start, and then you hit some greens during the round as well. Some GIRs is what we like to call those.
We do have one update for you guys, our cast members. Mitchell won the chair last week. Congratulations, Mitch.
Really? How did that happen?
Let's go.
He had more downloads than Jake.
Oh, no shit.
Yep, I said it and I meant it.
I was wondering where Jake was this morning. I just figured he'd show up at 9:30 and then we just wouldn't be able to have him on.
So not only did Mitch show up on time, he got more downloads. So
I would have to say this podcast is probably number 1 on the charts for most producers.
Yeah. It's up there.
And we've went through them before. I think there's at least 8. And some of them are doubled up, but they're in different orders. So it like went Mitch, Jake, Mitch, or Mitch, Cody, Jake, Mitch, Cody,
so
Jake,
Jared's
Mitch.
produced an episode before.
Yeah.
I think maybe Ben has produced an episode.
It doesn't
make
any sense.
I just know the chair is week by week for me.
Yes.
I take it 1 week at a time.
Good. I want you to stay on your toes. That chair is not yours forever unless you earn it forever, Mitch.
Yeah.
And it's not even guaranteed you'll be there next week.
I know. I gotta make sure I keep getting good downloads.
Mm-hmm.
And
I want to give one other update real quick. We were looking at the Apple Podcast charts the other week, and we were looking under the category of golf. Weird, right? Why would we do? Oh, because it's a golf podcast. Number 14 on the charts.
Yes.
Number 14.
Thanks, folks.
Number 14 golf podcast in the world.
Yeah, we got a couple ahead of us that we're trying to take down. I don't care for number 1. I just want to be ahead of certain people.
You know what?
Nib Schmick Schmeals.
You know what? 14 it kind of holds a special place in my heart because I was number 14 in college.
Oh, God. I was
So
number 14 in slow pitch softball, so that means just as much to me.
they give numbers in slow pitch. I suppose. Like, yeah, I don't know. You need numbers for anything that involves a field or a court.
You're talking about joining leagues. The most hardo league I've ever been in my life was my dad's slow pitch softball team.
I can't imagine.
Holy shit.
They take that stuff seriously?
Yep. And yeah, some of them are definitely listening. Guys, we were way too hardo.
Really?
Big time. Like we were sponsored by Coors Light, so we were decked out in the crazy weird jerseys. We had fucking travel bags.
Okay, which a Coors Light spot, like Coors Light didn't reach out and be like, we want to sponsor.
Nah, I
you
guarantee it was a
bad.
distributor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure I was correct in saying that.
But we looked ridiculous.
I thought slow pitch softball was like you just drink a ton of beers and like you may play softball.
Yes, if you've never been in a softball league, there are two types of teams. There are exactly what you just described, a group of ragtag buddies that are wearing sweatpants and their t-shirts from gym class in high school, and they're just there to get drunk as shit.
Yeah.
And then there are my dad's teams. The dudes wearing big neon, like flashy neon jerseys with matching travel pants, windbreakers. They have 10 grand worth of softball bats and they all only use one. It is intense. And softball is live or die.
Okay, so what's more intense, that softball team or me during a 4-man scramble from holes 1 to 6 before I realized that we're not going to win?
Probably that softball team in a big tournament. It's like it almost got to points where it wasn't even fun.
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot, guys.
Did you have fun in golf league? The times that we did do it?
Yeah, I love golf league.
Did you like golfing with me in a competitive environment?
Yeah, you weren't bad in golf league. I think the only time
I can
you've actually been you're not, in our competitions, like the scrambles and stuff like that, you're calmer than our casual rounds.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And also I get more intense when it's like you and I versus 2 other people.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to lose as a group here. But yeah, I can read the room. I mean, you used to say that like, fuck, I don't really like golfing with guys like you, but I have flipped the script.
Yeah. I hate golfing with dudes that are upset. It ruins the fucking round.
Which I think golf league is better than softball league because if you're playing 18 holes, I feel like there's more opportunity to turn things around.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's a solo sport.
Mm-hmm.
In a sense, you can play solo and contribute to a team, but it's when it comes down to it, it's a solo sport.
Yeah.
However, I love a 4-man scramble. Don't get
Same.
me wrong. So it's all on you. Softball team, I mean, you get one at bat and they have to rely on you in the field. More of a team sport, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to individual competition, I think golf league is a lot more fun, and it doesn't get as intense because number one, there's more time to turn it around. Number two, it's only on you,
Mm-hmm.
so you can't get mad at other people. If a guy goes 0 for 4 with 2 Ks in slow pitch softball, it's like, buddy, you're off the fucking team now.
If you get struck out twice in softball, quit.
That's partially why I don't want to play slow pitch softball because I was a pitcher, right? I mean, I hit through my entire high school and part of my college career, and I became a pitcher. I ended my career as a pitcher, and to go back and step in the box,
well,
people are like, dude, did you play college baseball? I was like, yeah, I did. I was a pitcher.
It's getting underhanded to you, though.
But still, the amount of people that come in thinking they're going to hit bombs just because they played college baseball and they just pop up to the center fielder or to the shortstop. Slow pitch softball is not as easy as you think it is.
There's a very different swing, but if you are striking out, that's bad. You can pop up.
You can also strike out on a foul ball with 2 strikes, correct?
You can. But if you go down swinging or looking, stop playing. Just stop. If you can't,
just go to the bleachers and crack a couple cold ones.
Take book.
Dude, taking book is the worst.
I learned how to take book when I was 12 in like Little League or some shit.
Yeah, because you never played.
Well, I played all the time. But then
the guys who don't play are the ones that take book.
But then I just told people that I didn't know how to take book for the rest of my life. So then I never had to take book again.
That's the best possible reason.
I was book bitch for sure. Like the first few years playing slow pitch with my dad.
Really?
Because like I was 14 and you're supposed to be 16 to play. And we actually got in trouble at the state tournament one year because I was playing and I was doing good because I would just hit base knocks over the first baseman's head, just push it.
You would shape shots essentially.
Yeah, because you can do that when the ball's coming at you 3 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But then they called us out. They like wanted to ID me in the middle of the game, and then we got in trouble because I wasn't 16.
You should have got a fake.
Yeah.
You should have got instead of getting a 21-year-old fake ID, you got a 16-year-old fake ID.
Yeah.
Like bench warmers. When is
Yeah,
that the fake?
I am 16.
Yeah, that's
Green crayon and $100 bill.
Yeah, that's all you need to put.
Yep.
I found this story online that I wanted to share with you just to see what you thought about this. A couple things stood out to me about this. This happened a while ago, and it's been making its rounds on the internet lately, and I just saw it again this morning. But I think it is very interesting. There's also a couple things that my mind was kind of blown from, okay? Give me a sec here. Craziest hole-in-one story.
Okay.
A young golfer aced the 4th hole at Minneapolis GC and then lost that ball shortly after. Later the same day, a different player found it and used it to ace the 16th hole.
You know my opinion. I've seen this article.
Craziest story, right?
Mhm.
2 hole-in-ones with the same ball.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
What the fuck is the kid doing?
why is he hitting that ball?
You put that in your pocket for life.
And possibly the club even.
Yeah.
The club maybe goes back in the bag forever. Again, we talked about the hole-in-one shrines. What would you put on your hole-in-one shrine? The ball for sure. The scorecard with the number 1 circled on it. Also, if you have a 1 on your scorecard, what kind of geometric symbol goes around that?
I think you just like circle the shit out of it, right?
I think circle
Okay,
is the go-to move.
I think
but
you-
No. Like legitimately, like if someone on the PGA Tour gets a hole-in-one and they put the scoreboard, like it's their 18-hole round is up on the TV. What geometric symbol goes around the hole-in-one? Can we look that up, Mitch?
Yeah.
I think it's like 3 circles.
Is it 3 circles? Because is an eagle 2 circles?
Yeah.
And a birdie's 1.
Yeah.
Okay, that would make
it's like,
sense.
Like, a double bogey. You do 2 squares instead of 1.
Why is this just clicking in my head now?
I don't know. But how old is this kid?
Because I'm just doing a fucking like a 4-stroke. You know how you do strokes on letters and shit? I'm doing a 4, like if I shoot an 8, I'm doing like a 4-stroke bold ass line around that 8. Or I'm like starring it or something.
Well, and I think once you get over double bogey, I don't think you do like 3 squares for triple. You just put +3.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
At least that's what's on like PGA 2K.
Sure.
So do you know how old that kid is?
I do not know how old he is. Just by looking at him in the picture, he maybe looks 10 to 12.
Okay.
Maybe 13, not 10 to 12.
Okay. So I won't talk too much shit about him. Because he doesn't know yet. He's young. Buddy, you get a hole-in-one. You do not hit that ball again ever for your entire life.
Absolutely not.
Unless this is like his 4th hole-in-one as a 12-year-old. If it's your 4th hole-in-one, maybe you can get away with it. But still, if I get a hole-in-one, even if it's my 10th, I am pocketing that ball.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like that thing ain't going anywhere.
And now you have the weird debate on who gets it. I mean, I'm sure the old guy gave it to the kid because it's the kid.
Correct. That's kind of where I wanted to get to is like, okay, so the other guy who got one on number 16, he probably looks mid to late 30s, maybe early 40s, versus a kid who's 10 to 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, first off, how do they even overhear a conversation or anything like that and then figure out that they're both using the same ball?
Right.
That is bananas to
Also,
me.
is what the kid like, hey, let me see the ball.
Yeah.
How did they get to that point?
And I'm sure there's witnesses and shit.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's pretty rare to have like two hole-in-ones on the same day, I would
Mhm.
imagine. So even in that regard, statistically,
Well,
Like,
I'm,
two
I'm
hole-in-ones.
sure the dude finished his round because he was second, and he told the clubhouse like, "Hey, I got a hole-in-one on 16." And the clubhouse like, "Oh, no way! We had a kid get one just right before you."
Yeah.
And then they started talking, but I don't know how the ball conversation came up.
I don't know.
Unless
either.
homie's just like, "Oh, here's the ball," and the
Well-
kid's like, "That's my ball."
Unless the kid was like, "Oh no, I didn't mean to hit that ball," like unintentionally, like messed up and hit the hole-in-one ball.
There should be no on it because you put it in a pocket
he's
that
also
does not
12
even
though.
involve balls.
Yeah,
He's 12.
I
But
might
if he's hitting
drive
the
back to the truck in the cart to
If
go
he's hit-
put the ball away.
If he's hitting hole in ones, Mitch, he knows how to golf.
That's true.
Even in the slightest, like he knows how to swing a golf club because some people get lucky. They
Yeah.
hit hole in. I have buddies who have gotten lucky and they're not good golfers
Mhm.
and they have hole in ones. That ball goes directly into a pocket, probably with like my the tool that fucks with my driver head, like the loft and all that, and like my groove sharpener and like ball markers, whatever. Goes in an odd pocket. And then for this kid to lose the ball and the other guy to find it. Well, it also shows you that this other guy is looking for balls, right?
Yeah.
He might, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you know, everybody gets in trouble. Everybody hits someone a bad shot, whatever. But if this guy can find the ball, that kid should have been able to find the ball.
Right.
He must not have looked for his ball long enough.
Unless he hit it in the woods and the dude found it like he was Grandpa David in the woods, maybe. Or it was in the water and he had a ball grabber.
That could be the difference. The ball grabber could be the difference.
I don't know. This scenario is so rare.
Yeah.
What are you doing if you are the second guy and you find out someone else hit a hole in one with the same ball, but they are the same age as you? Who is keeping it?
Same age?
Yeah.
I think for the correlation of the story, if a kid hits hole in one and
you would
I
give
hit
it to
hole-
them. But what do you do if it's me? Like, you don't know me, and then I roll.
Oh, I'm keeping it.
Right. So then, look, what I want the ball too.
But you lost it.
Right. So I'm just trying to figure out like what's the line you are keeping it and saying like no, because that guy obviously made the right choice giving it to the kid. But
Did
if
he give it to the kid though? It doesn't even say that.
Oh, that's what I asked. I thought you said yes.
Oh no, I don't know. That was the point I was going to get to. If I'm that guy, I'm giving the ball to the kid. I
Right.
don't know if he did or not. And it kind of goes like, you know, if a home run is hit in baseball and an older guy, you know, whatever, 30s, 40s, catches a ball and they give it to a younger kid, I think that's the coolest thing ever. The question here is like, would you give the ball up to this kid
In a
who
heartbeat.
lost his ball? But also, I mean, again, unless there's good witnesses there to confirm the story and that was the ball he was using, like how do you, unless that ball is the only style of ball that he has in his bag that he hit the hole in one with.
Yeah.
Because
And
if you buy a box of balls,
I think just to be safe, I'm giving it to him no matter what, because I don't want to end up being the guy that is on top of the headlines like asshole steals hole in one ball from kid.
yeah.
You know?
No one's talking about the fact that you also hit a hole in
right.
one.
If you are
But
the
it's
guy
not-
that's
But it's not technically stealing the home run ball from a kid. It's like you caught it, and that's like a cool souvenir for you to go to a baseball
But
game
like,
with.
how bad is the look at a baseball game if a little kid is standing right under the guy and the guy looks at him and he's like, in my
Yeah.
pocket? Regardless if the kid deserves it or not, you don't want to be the guy that holds it away from the kid.
And there are some memorabilia hardos out there that are for sure keeping that, which I understand that. I mean, if it's Aaron Judge's 62nd home run of the regular season, I'm keeping that ball.
Didn't that guy give it back for like?
He got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Like gear and money and
I don't know.
tickets And
Yeah,
I don't know what the...
I would take the tickets.
I'd take season tickets for life.
Mm-hmm.
I would take $1 million and I'd take all of the autographed gear that I requested. I mean, dude, that's an iconic home run.
Yeah.
It's absolutely iconic. Is there iconic golf shots or, I mean, I would say Tiger's putt to win the 2019 Masters is an iconic ball that would be worth a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, I don't. It's harder in golf for the audience to get memorabilia.
And that leads into my next question. Why are more golfers not just throwing balls out to fans after like hole number 3? I parred hole number 3.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm walking next to all these fans like here's a ball, kid, or whatever.
I think they do a little.
well, here's
You never see that though.
But it's not like, in baseball, foul ball, you get to keep that ball.
Yeah.
A shitty shot in golf, you don't get to keep that.
Correct. It would have to be on the golfer at
Yeah.
their discretion to give it over to somebody. But
it's a bad look if you throw a golf ball into the audience for someone to catch and you absolutely dome someone in the head.
wow, I mean, people are always when you're that close to somebody, they're always looking to see if someone's going
Yeah.
to throw something. And really, the only time that people in golf get memorabilia is either when someone gets hit from a drive or something
Mhm.
like that, or I think that's about it.
Well, like golfers,
They'll give them a golf glove.
I think I have seen golfers toss up like a ball to a kid.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay,
But it's not like it's as common as baseball where like every time an inning is over, they throw the last out ball to someone in the stands.
Yeah, I think it's weird though that like I feel like more gloves are given out and autographed than golf balls.
Yeah. Maybe there's a superstition around it.
What do you think there is more of in this world? Golf balls or baseballs?
I would say golf balls.
Yeah, they've been
Because-
around a lot longer.
And they're easier to make. It doesn't require something to be grown.
Stitching?
Yeah, well, like a baseball too. It's
Pigskin.
I thought it was cow.
Kyle Graham.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's cattle. So one, you have to have a consumable resource to create these. A golf ball is almost strictly just man-made product.
So that goes back to my question. Why are they not just giving out more golf balls?
I don't know.
The only thing, what do you got there, Mitch?
Cow or horsehide.
How many golf balls? Now,
Oh, watch people lose their mind if they find out baseballs are made of horses.
yeah.
How many golf balls?
Yeah, how many golf balls in the world? And then how many baseballs in the world? But if you think about it, every Little League team has 3 to 4 buckets of golf balls. Now, I get it.
Yeah, every dude over 18's got 45 golf balls. And that's not even a team.
That is very true. That is very true. Think
Like-
about how many golf balls do you think? This is interesting. How many golf balls do you think are lost right now that will never find another home? That includes water. That includes fescue. That includes getting hit over a highway onto someone's private property.
I would say about...
I can answer that.
Give me a...
Answer it, Mitch.
300 million golf balls are lost or discarded in the U.S. each year.
Each year?
Yeah, 300 million.
And then, so that's lost or discarded in general. So let's cut half out because discarded means thrown away.
Okay.
So what are we at? We're at 150 mil.
Yeah.
So those are lost, but some will be found. So let's take off another 50 mil.
Yeah.
So we're at 100 million per year that are just gone forever. So
And if you think-
there's a billion golf balls then.
I was going to say it's
Where'd you get $1 billion from?
Just saying, if there's 100 million golf balls lost every year that are never going to get found again, and this is rough numbers, there's got to be around 1 billion total.
Lost golf balls.
In the history of golf, 1 billion golf balls are just gone forever.
Okay, so how about in the last 10 years? That'd be a million times 10.
That'd be, 100 million.
So a million times 10 would be 10 million.
Okay. Well, it's 100 million every year.
Okay. So
100, that's 1 billion then in 10 years.
okay, so in 10 years, 1 billion golf balls. Average cost, what? Let's go 350. Because
Okay.
there's $5 balls, there's $2 balls. Let's go 350. So 1 billion.
So that's 3,500 million.
3.5
I can't even get up to a billion on my calculator. How much is that?
It's 3.5 billion or 3 billion
Easy math.
500 million
Why? I mean,
dollars.
why are why?
It can't be right. Right? We can't be right on this.
My
I think
question
those are a lot of like rough estimates.
Well, and they're going to be refurbished, so they might be a little bit cheaper. So let's even just say $2.5 billion worth of golf balls that are just lost. Why aren't governments assembling these tactical teams to go find these golf balls, selling them off to different countries to pay off debt?
Well,
They should, because golf in the same article it said golf ball takes about 1,000 years to decompose.
holy
That's
shit.
also crazy.
So,
Pretty soon we're just gonna be, the earth is just gonna lose its gravity because too many golf balls.
yeah.
I mean, imagine the amount of balls that are just sitting in people's garages in a bag that's 30 years old that'll never get touched again.
Ever.
It's kind of like change. I wonder, Mitch, how much is there more?
This is the Google podcast now.
Is there more dollars in golf balls that are lost, or change that has been lost? Change shortage. It's got to be getting lost, going somewhere, right?
That's all on my couch.
I don't have any change in my couch. I just lifted my cushions up the other day, so I'm like, fuck, I could pay for that with the change out of my couch cushions. I couldn't pay for anything. I could maybe get one Tootsie Roll at the gas station for 2 cents.
I got one of those couches where like you pull the cushions off, but then you can stick your arm in the crack and then you can go almost all the way elbow deep.
Sure.
And then there's got to be a million things in there that I just can't reach.
Yeah, a remote, again, pacifiers, change. What do you got, Mitch? How much change is lost in the United States? 61.8 million
In coins.
in
Wow.
coins. So
Every year.
there's more money in golf balls than there is in
In
change.
Nice.
So
Well, that's every year.
so now we got to times that by 10.
Mm-hmm.
So 61.8 times 10.
610 million.
61,800,000
I just got to move the decimal places
times
2,
10.
right?
Yeah.
This is Google / math podcast.
618 million. So if we're doing this math correctly, finding a golf ball is worth more than finding any sort of change on the ground
If you can sell it.
if you can sell it.
Yeah.
But also think of the money that you're saving when you're finding balls.
Billions.
Unless I see a cool golf ball coming out on the market, I'm not buying a single box.
So basically what we're saying, people, is if you hit a hole in one on a ball that you found in the woods and another kid, save it because it could be worth billions.
Yeah.
Don't let that kid have it.
Yeah, I mean,
Be the dick.
Full circle.
you're circling more money throughout the economy, or maybe less. If people are finding
Be the
balls,
dick.
Yeah. Life is short. Be the dick.
be the dickhead,
Yep.
not giving the ball back.
Mhm.
I hope that kid has that ball. I hope he learned his lesson.
Yeah. What the fuck?
You don't
doing,
realize what
child?
you've lost until it's been found again.
And hit into a hole by another guy in one shot. Did you see another article? I thought this is one you were going to talk about. A couple, husband and wife, golfing together. Husband hits a hole in one on a 100-yard par 3. Next shot, wife does the same thing, same hole.
That's goals right there.
Yep.
Another question: what's more rare? For two different people to hit a hole in one on different holes with the same ball, or a husband and wife to hit a hole in one on back-to-back shots?
It's more rare for the same ball.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
because most people keep the ball.
Yeah, because most people are keeping the ball. 1, 2, he didn't keep the ball, so their odds are already climbing. And then this guy had to find that ball and then decide to use that ball specifically after finding it and then hit a hole in one. And then they had to meet to discover this.
Yeah, the kid was slamming fucking Pepsis in the clubhouse, and
Yeah.
the guy was getting shit-faced.
Yeah.
So, okay, another question, Tyler.
Kid's dad bought it.
What does the kid have to buy at the clubhouse if he hits a hole in one? Does he got to buy Diet Cokes for everybody?
A round of Gatorades.
Dad's got to buy the liquor,
Uh-huh.
and the kid has to buy the Diet Cokes for everybody, so everyone can have like whiskey Cokes or
Yeah.
something like that.
Dad buys the booze, kid buys the setup.
See, but you're paying for double, or typically you're just buying beer, right?
Well, it's just paying for half of it. This isn't real. The dad just paid for all of it. Unless the kid paid for his hole-in-one insurance ahead of the round.
There you go.
Another question on the hole-in-one topic. If you have a buddy out golfing, he hits a hole, and you're not with him,
Mm-hmm.
and he hits a hole-in-one, calls you, be like, dude, I fucking did. I hit a hole-in-one. Would you head out to the course
No.
from wherever you're at
No.
to go celebrate with him?
No.
If I'm not doing anything, I'm going to the course.
Maybe if it was grandpa.
What if I did?
No. I'm gonna
Not
say,
even for the page's sake?
I would say congrats, Ryan, and then on Monday I'd see you and we'd hug.
But free drinks. Like, hey, I had nothing going on Saturday. My buddy just hit a hole in one, so I'm gonna go just drink for free all day, and that's gonna be my day.
Well, you get one drink for free. They only have to buy you one round.
If it's your buddy though, okay. You hit a hole in one and you're buying a round for the clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Are you buying multiple rounds for your buddies? Is that in the clause?
No, it's not a written rule for sure. But there will be some partying for sure.
But I think it's just you being a good guy and celebrating the hole in one. I think you're buying the entire tab for your buddies.
yeah.
If it's a smaller group.
Yeah, if you guys didn't rack yourselves up a $400 bill.
That is true.
Because then after paying for the round for everyone else, you're staring $1,000 in the place because you're good at golf.
And you don't even have to be good at golf to hit a hole in
Yeah.
one.
Imagine being shitty at golf and then having to pay $1,000 because you hit your best shot ever.
But hey, he's got bragging rights over you two.
Yeah.
I think I do think the $1,000 is worth it.
Yeah.
It was going through my head real quick, and I tried to talk myself out of that statement, saying that it's not worth $1,000. But you have that story for an entire lifetime.
That's a lot of DoorDashing, Ryan.
Yeah, dude.
That's a lot of.
I'm cheap ass.
I get that.
I'm not paying $1,000 for anybody.
If the vibes are good in the clubhouse, though, I think you just go for it.
Mm-mm.
Because money's not everything in life. Money doesn't buy happiness. Hole-in-ones buy happiness.
Mm-hmm.
And hole-in-ones also buy drinks that make people happy.
I would
At the
also
bar.
I maybe even consider winning the lottery method, just not telling anyone.
You
and just
can't do
running
that.
off.
See, I disagree with you on
Now,
that.
yes, if I won the lottery,
I'm not telling a soul.
I mean, I'm fucking telling a bunch of people, but I'm also going to tell them not to tell anyone, in which then they're going to go and tell people.
Yeah.
That's my thought process. But
If Ryan, you have I might have won the lottery. I will never tell.
but I would know, because your lifestyle will change 100%.
The only thing that would change is I would get a bigger truck so I could fit the car seats in it. Because my
Such a
truck
dad
right
move.
now is too small. Otherwise, I wouldn't change shit.
So so then what's all that money going to do?
The money is going to go into different investments, and I'm going to buy I'll buy a house, but it's not going to be anything extravagant where you guys are going to be like, whoa, how can Tyler afford this? It'll just be a normal ass house.
But then what? Okay, so
And then when I retire, I'm going to be bougie as fuck. And it'll be too late for you guys.
Well, then we'll know.
No.
yeah, then we'll know.
You just might have a very healthy 401k
Yeah.
or good
I mean,
retirement.
401k. My 401k is at zero.
I'll pay for my
zero right now.
Pay for my kids' college, my grandkids' college, my great grandkids' college.
That'd be pretty.
That's
dope.
great. You
Yeah.
also still have 600 million left over.
Mhm. And then I'll give it to some charities that I like, and then I'll buy the Vikings.
Yeah,
And then
I
your
think
friends will know.
Yeah.
you gotta
and
buy
then they'll know, and they'll be too late. I spent it all on the Vikings.
you got to buy the Vikings on a down year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Stock is dropping.
Isn't that every year?
Fucking 4-1?
Are we the third best
five-
team in the whole league? Mitch?
fifth in the power rankings? Are we 5-1 or 4-1?
We're 5-1. Mitch, what are your Bears? Hey, congrats on the win last night.
Mitch, the Bears are garbage.
Patriots suck.
Yeah. I never said the Bears were good.
Yeah, and then you just sit here and you're gonna try and talk shit about the Vikings.
Mitch, you had to know you were going to get attacked.
Oh,
for that.
yeah.
Fucking shit ass teddy bear ass take.
Hey, at least my quarterback doesn't fall apart on Monday Night Football.
It doesn't matter. At least our quarterback has 5 fucking wins.
True.
That's more than you're gonna get the whole season.
Mitch, clap back at him.
Was the one loss on a Monday night game?
It was to the best team in the league. The only undefeated team in the league.
Are you guys still pissed at Philly for beating you after the Minneapolis Miracle?
Yeah, how'd you guys do that year? Were you even in the playoffs?
I can't remember.
No, you weren't.
You know, it's an enigma.
Yeah, I know. Just wait, and then once the Vikings win a Super Bowl, thank God, I hope it happens before I die.
What's enigma mean, Mitch? Can you Google that?
Yeah, I can Google it.
It's like something beyond understanding.
I'm kidding. I just did that to break the argument
Oh.
up. Okay.
Also, quick update on the circle thing with the you put with your score and how many circles mean. The number of circles means how many under par you went.
Oh.
So if you shoot under par, you're putting a circle, and if you shoot over par, that means you have a square.
So even if you get a hole in one on a par 3, it's still just 2 circles then, like an eagle.
Yes.
Yep, because it helps indicate how many strokes.
It's a 1 with 2 circles. An eagle on a par 4 would be a 2 with 2 circles.
Okay.
And a hole in one on a par 4 would be 3 circles.
I just thought you'd get something different for a hole in one.
That makes sense. I actually didn't even.
It's so obvious. Why?
Yeah.
It is, but I never even realized it.
Because we do that with the squares.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
1 square for a bogey, 2 for a double.
Yeah.
We're idiots.
If someone gets a 10, I'm going to put, and it's on a par 4, I'm going to put 6 squares around their score.
Jesus.
I will put 6 squares.
you have to like make the number teeny tiny
Yeah.
so you can get all the squares around it.
Do you
Or
count
just-
the box outline as 1 too then?
Yeah, you could.
Hell yeah.
Well, then they're all bogeys.
Or just floats into the other numbers and you
Yeah.
don't even know what you shot on the hole before or hole
Yeah.
after. Okay, guys, a lot of questions posed today. A lot of hole-in-one talk, which I still don't think, a lot of controversy behind hole-in-ones. You never know what situation you're going to run into, but we're going to take a break real quick and we're going to come back with the listener Q&A. This is one of our favorite segments, which is why we keep doing it. So we'll do some rapid fire. We'll dive deeper into some questions right after the break. All right, guys, before we get into the Q&A for today's podcast, what do you think we're going to talk
I have
to
a
you
Q and I would like an A from you, Ryan.
about? What is that?
What are you going to do this entire off season?
Probably golf par 3 courses on the simulator.
Oh, where did you get your simulator, Ryan?
carlofet.com.
What? I've heard they're great.
It's an electric simulator. It's not actually an electric
Well,
simulator.
it is.
You do have to plug it in certain places. Not battery operated. But guys, telling you now, the courses are closing. We've been telling you this for months now. It is simulator season.
It is, and you need to do it now before the snow hits.
And again, you don't have to get the Mac Daddy of them all, the Cadillac of simulators. If you want go right for it.
Mhm.
They have packages that start from $800. They go all the way up to probably as expensive as you want it to
An
be.
$800 simulator split with 4 of your buddies is just $200 a guy.
Also, I spend about $75 to $100 at the simulator
Every time we go.
food, beer, and golf,
Mm-hmm.
and gas and time's worth money, right? So start taking those dollars, get a little winter sim league going with your buddies. It's a good excuse to have the buddies over in the winter, keep in touch with them.
Well, think of how cool, if you're in college, think of how cool your house is if it's the one with the simulator.
That is one thing that would have been so sick in a college house. It's just like and somewhere it can't get broken.
Maybe like your junior and senior year, you guys aren't throwing wild house parties anymore, but you are pre-gaming the shit out of the bars. Tell me a better pregame than playing 18 holes at Pebble Beach on your simulator in your college house with your buddies before you guys go do stupid shit downtown.
That would be sweet. So when you get that loan check in the mail,
Overage, baby.
when you get that overage,
That overage
Head up.
check is nice.
Yeah.
carlofet.com, CARLOFET.com. Get the pregame going with the boys, or just have the boys over, have the kids over, have the wives over, get them all together, get a winter sim league going. There's so many opportunities with the simulator, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Also, their customer service is elite to the level where, like, if you're just sitting at home and you want something to do, just call them and just ask them what they're doing.
I have another idea for
Just
you
say,
guys.
hey man, what are you guys up to today?
Nothing.
Yeah, I was sitting at home seeing if anything was new, seeing about. Sir, are you interested in a simulator?
Yes.
Yeah, I am, but I more so just wanted to talk to you guys because I heard that you were so cool.
Oh. Is it maybe like they're a self-help line too?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
I see
He's
what
got
we're
the
getting at.
yips.
My goal. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
I have another idea for another great way to get a simulator, right? For me, at least, my fantasy football league is the same as my group chat for golf. It's the same group of guys. This is what we should do. We should all pitch in some money. We should get a Carl's Place simulator, and then the winner of the league every year gets it for the year.
Oh, that's
the
a
sim?
good trophy.
Yep, gets the sim for the entire year, and then next year, whoever wins the league gets the sim again.
Last
That's actually
place
a
guy
good
has to
idea.
go in and install it in your house too.
Yeah, loser of the league goes and installs it.
Yep.
That is great. And it'll be easy as shit. Anyone can do it because all you got to do is call Carl and they'll walk you through it.
Yep.
That's a fantastic idea, actually.
We should do that. Winner of the league this year gets the simulator at their house.
I can't fit it in my house.
Me either.
I can't fit it anywhere. I can fit it in my backyard in the open, but
Yeah.
we're not going to do that.
Okay.
So great idea though, Tyler. All right. We're going to get into the listener Q&A. Got a lot of good questions. Thanks to everyone who submitted, and we're going to hopefully get to as many as possible. So Mitch, would you read out their IG handle as well as a question for us?
Of course. We got to identify who asked the great questions. All right. Jeffrey Lockwood 2. Do you bring the wife/girlfriend into golf? Couples bonding, but also guys time.
This is tough because I like hanging out with Becca. I also like hanging out with my friends. And I know keeping these certain activities separate is good, but she also wants to get into golf. So I'm dealing with this question currently in my life. She made a little like kind of snide comment to me before we went to Brainerd about like, you haven't taken me golfing once this year. And
My
I was
wife
like,
does the same exact thing.
do you want to come golfing this weekend with me and Grandpa? She's like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I definitely do. I was like, okay. You weren't very subtle, but yeah, you can come. I guess it really depends on your wife. Becca has a little bit of old Ryan syndrome. She expects to just be good at it,
Yep.
and she's not. And she
wanna
gets
say that's
pissed.
I want to say that's a lot of wives, girlfriends out there.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm in the same scenario, and my wife gets really mad. Like, I don't want to say really mad. She gets frustrated when things are not going her way. But if you pose a question, how many times have you golfed this year? That's exactly why things are not going the way you want them to go. I golf twice a week at least, and a lot of the times things do not go the way I want them to go. My answer to that question, I guess, would be if they want to get into it, absolutely offer it up to them. Maybe bring them out once or twice a month, or push them with your other buddies' wives to get into a ladies' league.
Yep.
Because then the excuse of I haven't golfed in a while is gone. they're golfing once a week, and then they understand what you're feeling when you get to go out and golf with their buddies because she's going out and golfing with her friends.
Yeah. I like that.
I think women's league is next level. You take the kids that night, you handle supper, she gets to go out and golf, and that way you're both able to play that sport, but also the parties are separated.
Mm-hmm. And then if you do want to play in a scramble together one weekend, you can.
It's a good, good weekend tournament activity.
And there are times where maybe all your buddies can't go out and golf or whatever. Hey, head out with the wife, head out with the girlfriend. That's fine. Just head out because those rounds are needed. The rounds where it's just super chill and you're not really even playing for score, those are absolutely needed.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard. It's hard to relay to somebody like, hey, this is the time where my battery recharges. I get to catch up with my buddies once a week. Because I think staying in touch with people is one of the most important things at our age because it's so easy to get caught up in life and family. And this is the spot to just let it all out.
Or what you do to just, if you don't want to golf with her, bring her with one time and just be a psycho. And then she'll never want to golf with you again. And you're good.
True.
Just go out there and throw your clubs, swear, smoke a bunch of cigs, just get shit canned. Be like, God. And then when you're done, be like, that was a pretty calm round today.
God,
and then she'll be like, oh, God.
Oversell it.
God, I was really feeling myself out there. Like, God, I don't know what usually I'm a lot more rowdy than that, but today was just a new level.
Yeah.
Thanks for keeping me calm out there, honey.
And then she'd be like, oh, we should golf together more. You say that to her. And then she's just scared of you at that point. And then she never wants to golf with you again. And then there's your decision for you. You're
Problem
good.
solved.
And then she breaks up with you or divorces
And then
you.
takes your kids and then you can golf more.
Yeah.
Cool. That took a weird left turn.
Then you probably have enough money to get a country club membership.
Yep. Or you could buy the same simulator setup we have that
Correct.
we have in the office.
Yeah.
Except you have it in your home now.
And then when the kids come every other weekend, then you can bring them on the simulator or you can bring them to the country club where they have a pool.
Yep.
They have all that shit. And then your kids are going to be telling their friends at school that they're part of a country club and and then when your kids grow up, then they'll get their asses kicked because they're bragging about how their dad.
But also, it'll be worth the ass kicking because now they get 2 Christmases.
Yeah, 2 Christmases too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding. Country club kids are fine. There are some assholes.
I was very jealous of buddies of mine that their parents were a part of a country club and they got to go to like a private pool and I was going to the public pool and I was like, God, I wish.
We didn't have a pool in our entire town or a country club.
We had like 4 or 5 pools.
It's cool. I mean, if you can find a good country club, there are some out there that are, I wouldn't, Anyway.
Next question. This is from Danny Obermiller. After your no shoes episode, would you consider hosting a no shoes tournament for fans?
We got to host a regular tournament first before we're like, let the dogs out, guys.
Yeah.
No, I think the reason Danny's asking this is because he has a foot fetish.
Maybe.
If he wants an excuse, besides going to La Jenny, France for the nudist course where there are no shoes allowed, or to Cape Coral or Cape Cove Coral or whatever the fuck it's called down in Florida, no shoes allowed. Odd question, Danny. I like it though.
Strange. If we have our own tournament, shoes won't be required.
Yeah, you can just golf in bare
I don't
feet.
think we're gonna make a tournament probably ever where it's like if you wear shoes, you're fucking out.
Yeah,
You got shoes on, get out.
It might
We're
turn
gonna take your money and we're gonna.
It might
kick
turn
you
into
out.
an OnlyFans shoot.
Yeah.
Holy
Selling feet pics.
Jesus.
We'd have a lot of material to sell.
We would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, all of the feet pics taken at this tournament need to come back to Breakfast Ball so then we can go sell them online.
Yeah. Answer is baby steps. We need to have a tournament before we decide we're going to do a barefoot tournament. And I don't think we'll ever decide to do a specifically barefoot tournament. However, I do like golfing barefoot, as you saw in the video.
Golfing barefoot's elite. It is.
It's so freeing.
You become one with the course.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I mean, if you have 2-inch soles, it brings it down another 2 inches on the ball.
Yeah.
And it helps the swing a little bit.
Yeah. It's more natural.
I mean, that's just the market research we did ourselves.
And it just feels nice because I have waterproof golf shoes, so they don't breathe very well.
Yeah.
So being barefoot out there felt real nice on the boys.
I will say, if you've never golfed barefoot before, you have to try it at least once because you don't know what you're missing out on.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like a 9 a.m. round when the course is still a little bit wet. And you're kind of like, you know how like you're scrunching with the water? Like if you're walking on top of water with shoes, it's like feels good on the feet.
It does. It's very refreshing.
Also, if you hit in the sand, feels even better.
Mm-hmm.
Stay off the cart path. Stay off of like gravel cart path.
Yeah, maybe don't do this in Arizona too, because instead of just rough, they have desert.
Yeah.
Or stay out of the tree, especially trees with acorns on them.
Yeah.
That fucking hurts.
Yeah, don't do it in the fall.
Maybe try a links course.
Yeah.
Get away from the trees. Nice cart pass. A little bit of water. I mean, and if your ball's right on the edge of the water, opportunity to hit it out and save the stroke.
Yeah, Ryan can tell you to just keep an eye out for tees.
I did step on a tee. It did not go through my foot.
Which is good because that would have hurt a lot. And
reflexes kicked in, and I lifted my foot right away. Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
Might have been bad.
Yeah.
So okay.
Next question. This comes from Scott.Hansen.85.
Scott Hansen, isn't that the guy from To Catch a Predator?
I've never seen that.
Scott Hansen.
No, that's Chris Hansen.
That's Chris Hansen. Yeah, Scott Hansen, 85. Probably graduated high school in 85, or is 85
I feel like
years
there's
old.
a famous person named Scott Hansen.
Or he's a big fan of who's number 85? Who's a professional athlete number 85?
I don't fucking know.
Fuck anyway.
Some lineman. I don't know.
Oh, he's a news anchor.
Or he was born in 85.
He's a TV. Yeah, he's a fucking
To Catch a Predator.
No, he does NFL Network stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What's the question?
Favorite golf course within 150 miles of the Fargo-Moorhead area?
Within 150 miles of Fargo-Moorhead.
Yeah.
I mean, Homer. I'm a Homer. Frazee.
Really?
I fucking love Frazee.
I know, but it's not the nicest golf. Is
That
the question?
wasn't the question.
Nice
It's your favorite.
Oh,
Favorite.
favorite. Okay.
Favorite golf course.
That changes things a little bit. So you're going with Frazee?
Yeah, hands down, Frazee. Next one would be Three Bears.
Three Bears is pretty
But that
cool.
might be outside 150. It's close.
I really enjoy Castleton.
Castleton is fun. Don't get me wrong. Castleton's fun, but to me, it doesn't hold a candle to old Frazee.
That was a pretty nice course.
I would say, God, that's tough.
I had my groom supper there. Of course, I'm picking Frazee.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. My favorite course depends on the score I shoot on.
So your favorite is the one you shot a 77 on.
That's in Arizona. That's more than 150,
shit.
150 miles away. Okay. Okay. Maple River Golf Course in Mapleton, North Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
Love that course.
Me too.
Don't know why. It's just I love it.
That is my favorite in the area. Prairie Wood, because it holds a place in my heart where I started loving golf.
Yep.
And then it's like to actually play on.
Yep.
It's Maple River.
I would say an honorable mention to that question would be Thumper Pond in Otter Tail, like right off of Otter Tail. Like we have in-laws have a cabin on Otter Tail, so I golf Thumper just about every single weekend. Challenging course, but it's good vibes. It's always fun. I got buddies at the lake I golf with. So that course holds more of like a piece of my heart, if you will.
So is it your favorite?
It's an honorable mention.
Who's your favorite? You got to pick one.
I'd say Thumper Pond's my favorite. Maple River's the honorable mention.
Okay. Flip-flopping them?
Yep.
That's fine. I think you got to play the sentimental vibes, because I would also throw Forest Hills in there, because that's where I play with Grandpa the most, you know?
I also know how to play Thumper Pond now. I've played it so many different times. I know how to manage the course.
Yep.
And I know how to manage the course to shoot a 91 still. So that's solid.
That's better than shooting 100.
Breaking honey, baby.
True. This is from PR Way and.
Okay.
Anyway, favorite club.
My favorite club right now, my 5-iron.
You do love you used that a lot during the barefoot golf video.
I did, and then
you used it a lot in the sim.
And that's what made me almost beat Grandpa. I teed off with my 5-iron on 16 of the 18 holes, or 15 of the 18.
I feel like we've answered this question before. It just depends on whatever club's on during the day.
Ooh, my putter's fucking hot right now.
Yeah, I don't.
I have the Wilson. It's the mallet, right?
Yep.
Not the blade. I
Yep.
get blade and mallet mixed up all the
Me
time.
too.
That thing is hot right now. So I like my putter and my 5-iron. It's a tie.
I like my hybrid. My hybrid would probably be my favorite.
Yeah,
club,
you
'cause
hit
can
that
tee
well.
off with it. You can lay it. You can stick.
You
one
can
on
putt
a
with those things.
putt with it. It's a versatile club.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is a great one. _Jovinator. Would you rather go no glove or only be able to wear a non-white glove whenever you golf?
No glove. I already go no glove.
Yeah,
I think this was more for Ryan. though.
Yeah.
I'm going black glove over no glove, because when my hands start to get sweaty, my grips, I need to get new grips on my clubs. But when my hands are sweaty, the club starts to spin in my hands, and I'd rather look like an idiot with a black glove. Sorry, Grandpa Dave.
That was the first thing he said when we got to the course last week, and he's putting his black glove. He's like, I'm still going to wear it.
Yeah, I'm wearing a black glove for sure. Over no glove. That's a no-brainer for me. Because
It's
the
a slippery slope, Ryan. First it's black gloves, then it may be iron covers. I don't know. Slippery slope.
Because I wear a glove because it genuinely makes the club feel better in my hand. So I don't like black gloves because they aesthetically, I feel like golf is more of a light colored clothing sport.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these companies out there, they got the vibrant colors.
You know who else wears black gloves?
Phil.
Burglars.
Burglars do. You know who else wears black gloves? OJ.
Isotoners. If you're wearing black isotoners on the course, you have a wicked slice.
You know who else wears black gloves? Michael Jackson.
He wears white gloves.
Oh, he does? I thought
You
it was
said that
black.
the last time we talked about gloves.
Well, yeah, anyway, okay. Black glove for me.
Got it. All right. This is from actually Lucas. Lucas submitted this question.
Hey, sweet shots, Lucas.
Hey, Lucas.
Yeah. If you could only go to one event, which would it be? The Masters or the Ryder Cup?
Well, we've already been to the Ryder Cup, and that was really cool, but the Masters is so exclusive.
Yeah.
Anyone can go to the Ryder Cup, but only a select. Well, yeah, to get to the Masters, it's a lottery system.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like applying for a deer tag in North Dakota. You have to submit an application, and it doesn't even guarantee you to get tickets.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the opportunity to get selected in the lottery, you still have to buy your tickets. And at that,
they're not cheap, are they?
They're not cheap. So it's like, hey, let's throw this out there, see if something happens. If you get selected and you want to go, you have the opportunity, but you could be in a couple grand.
Yeah.
Especially to get down there.
Yeah. I'm going to say Masters, but there would be rare exceptions depending on the location of the Ryder Cup. Like this Rome Ryder Cup,
that'd be sick.
I would probably rather go to than the Masters, but the one in upstate New York at Bethpage, I'd choose the Masters over that. So I'm going to say Masters 75% of the time, but Ryder Cup depending on location.
Okay.
Why? Okay. I get there's so much history behind Augusta, but why is there not another course in the world that has similar stature to Augusta?
Well, I would say there is.
Like what?
St. Andrews.
But anyone can go play St. Andrews.
Yeah.
I think the sport just needs that like exclusive course to call itself or to have for itself.
I mean, like Augusta is famous, but I mean, there's many courses that you could put on the same list as Augusta. Like Pebble Beach is just as famous as Augusta,
right? But anyone can. I guess what I'm saying is the exclusivity of Augusta. You have to be. I don't even know what the process to be a member at Augusta is. Like you can't just, even if you have billions of dollars, you can't just be like, hey, I want to become a member. There's some sort of onboarding, and you maybe have to be recommended by another member, or who knows, you have to get invited to be a member.
Yeah, and I kind of don't like that.
I don't really either, but that's also what makes Augusta.
Yeah, and I don't know, like it kind of downgrades it for me, to be honest. That's why
interesting.
I think St. Andrews is probably the coolest course in the world.
If you got invited, if you got invited to be a member or like to be able to play at Augusta,
of course I would do it.
Okay.
Of course I would do it.
Well,
if we got invited to play, yeah. Mitch, what?
I'll go to fucking Osgood down the road if I'm invited.
True. Well, it sounded like you were like.
No, I'm just saying it's like far as the legendary courses, the weird exclusivity of Augusta actually puts it lower on my list.
Mm.
Like I think don't get me wrong, I think Augusta's awesome and the Masters is fucking sweet. But I think the weird, like almost cultiness of trying to become a member drops it lower on my list. Where like Pebble Beach, anyone can play it, so that moves it up. Like I think that's an attractive part of it. Like this is a top of the line, like one in millions course at Pebble Beach, and I can go play it if I got an extra $800. You know, I can't go play Augusta, and that drops it down for me.
That's a fair point.
Imagine this. You're on Reddit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're in a golf Reddit thread. I mean, Reddit can move the needle of the stock market. Why can they not infiltrate Augusta with a group of 72 golfers? You get 72 golfers. The first 72 to hit the Reddit thread are in. Okay, this is your group. Everyone flies down to Augusta. They take over the clubhouse, the compound. They infiltrate Augusta National. 72 people. You have each group of 4, because that's 18 times 4 is 72. I had to do that on my phone to figure that out. You have 18 groups of 4. It's shotgun start, scramble. You see, each group of 4 has a hole designated towards them. A shotgun start, scramble style tournament. You see how many holes you can get in before the cops show up and everyone gets arrested.
Pace of play
It could happen. I feel like 72 people could take Augusta over no problem.
So are you just pulling from the storm area 51?
Kind of.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Kind of.
they would stop him, but I don't think you'd make it long.
But for them to arrest 72 people would take a while.
Yeah.
And you could go fucking bust ass into the woods.
But it'd be real hard to hit my shot running from the cops.
You never know until you try.
True.
Those cops have probably never been on Augusta either. They might fucking join in.
Yeah.
Might have to go 8 sums at each hole.
That's 30 of the 72 are just local police.
Yeah.
Then you can play the entire course.
every on and off duty officer in that area is in the Reddit thread group, then it's a full go. Okay, we're not going to do this. This is a hypothetical, okay?
That was the motto of the raid area 51 was they can't stop us all.
No, they can't.
Now, are we going to Naruto run in there like the area 51? Arms straight back.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Got our bags fucking shaking on our back.
What
that's why you need iron covers.
Yeah,
I'd
you
go
don't wreck them because you're going to swing them later and you don't want to wreck them in your bag.
I'd go to Amen Corner right away.
Yeah, you gotta.
If I get one hole in, I'd go to Amen Corner. Or I'd go to 18.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. They'd all be cool.
Yeah.
Next question I got for you guys.
Let us know if anyone's setting that up.
Yeah, we'll be there.
I'll start a Reddit thread for it. Next question by Ryan Davies 94. Would you rather break 80 every round but no more bev carts, or shoot over 90 every round and free beer? That's a tough one.
Ooh, if there's no bev carts, can we still bring our own booze?
Well, say no.
Yeah, just for the question's sake. That's tough, dude. Fuck. What a great question.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm going 90 plus with booze.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. I don't care.
You like to have fun though.
Yeah.
And I do too, but I also like to shoot good scores.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Ryan's already having fun because he's shooting a good score.
I still haven't broken 90 and I still like golf. But if you took the beer away from me and I'm over 90, it's not going to be as fun.
What if you just got really into smoking cigs or like
eating peanut M&Ms,
like ripping oneies on the course or something?
drinking Diet Cokes.
I mean, if that's an option, it's no longer a bev cart, it's a head cart.
Good one.
Yeah, I'm going above 90 with booze on the course.
It's free beer too.
It's free, dude. Like, think about a scramble tournament. If we all shot a 91, we all shot 91 level of play with free beer. That's so much fun.
If I still had to pay for the beer, it'd be way tougher. But it's free.
Yeah,
I'm going 90 plus.
Yeah,
I already shoot really bad. So
that's probably one of the best hypotheticals I've ever racked my brain around. And
like, we do play a lot of sober rounds because we shoot a shit ton of videos like in the middle of the week in the morning. Like, we're no strangers to playing with no booze, right? But we like playing with booze better.
I'm going sub 80, no booze.
Really?
Wow.
That thing doesn't surprise me.
Shooting a good score on the course gets me more bricked up than down in 6 to 10 beers on the course.
Dude, but shooting a 91 on a great day with free beer with your buddies is better than shooting an 80 in my mind.
Sub 80.
Shooting a 79, I would rather have a nice little buzz on. It's beautiful out. I'm hanging out with my buddies and I shoot a 91 than going sub 80.
But I'd rather shoot a 78 with beautiful weather
Yeah.
and absolutely locked in, no booze.
But think of how much more fun things are with a buzz.
They are, which is why this is such a tough question. So I think we leave it up to the listeners. Like, what would you guys do? Would you rather always shoot sub 80 with no booze, or always shoot above 90 with free booze?
Who asked this question?
That was Ryan Davies 94. I said that one.
Hey, shouts to you, Ryan.
Fantastic.
Great question.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be, it's obviously a subjective question. It's case by case.
Yeah.
If you're asking me for 1 year straight, I'll go sub 80. If we're talking like the rest of my life, I still might go sub 80, but it also switches things a little bit. I don't have a good way to back up either of those because I like doing both. I like shooting 91, having a great time. I also like shooting sub 80 sober.
If it's for the rest of my life, it's a no-brainer. It's the free beer.
How much money are you going to save on that?
A lot.
Yeah.
Talking billions before with golf balls.
Yeah.
I think in that, okay, if you're taking that scenario, you have to be playing, and this does not apply to the people you're playing with. This is only you.
Yeah.
You have to be playing with people of that skill level. Because if you're playing competitive golf, like if you're playing against your buddies and you have no chance of shooting under 90, you have to be playing with people who are shooting between 90 and 100 to like still kind of make it a fun match.
We could do match play and I could just have a blow up hole every time. And
that is true.
I could still win 17-1.
That is true. You could shoot a 10 out. You could shoot an 80 through 17 holes and then shoot a 10.
Yeah.
A great question.
Because or we could be playing 3-putt poker. It could be a scramble.
Fuck. Yeah. That you make a good point there. You could play those other side games we've been doing on the page.
And then you get free beer on top of it too.
I don't know.
That's a tough one.
I don't know.
We're gonna have to open this up to the audience, and I think the free beer will edge out the 80s.
I agree. I 100% agree. I don't know. Next question.
Okay. Both you guys will like this one.
Ooh, beautiful.
From M_walk17. How do you balance fatherhood and your golf game?
It's hard because there's a thing called dad guilt, and I don't know if Ryan, you probably had a little bit of it this year.
Yeah.
But like to go out and have fun on your own, away from the wife and kids, she's at home watching them. You feel guilty, even though you have permission. It's totally okay to go, and you're allowed to have your own fun without your kids. There is still a small, if not large amount of guilt for some dads to go and do that for 4 hours. And I've experienced that for sure. So I think the important thing is like when you get home, dedicate the next 4, 5, 6, 7 hours to those kids. And then that guilt goes away. Because like you are allowed to have your own fun. You are allowed to have your own free time. You just need to remember that your kids aren't going to love you any less because you went golfing.
Yeah.
Will your wife love you less if you went golfing?
It depends on the wife.
Or you do this. You bring the wife out with you and you have your single buddies just watch your kids.
We talked about that though. We talked about combining your marriage with the sport of golf.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it works.
True.
And I think just talking specifically the kids, like the best answer is to get good enough at golf now while your kids are little so that you are good enough to teach them how to golf when they're older. So then they just become your automatic golf buddies.
I am looking forward to that. I am looking forward to golfing with my kid one day when he's like, and who knows? I mean, maybe he won't even golf, but I feel like when kids watch their parents watch their dad, they want to be like their dad, right?
Yeah.
Or hopefully they do. They want to do what dad's doing. They want to go hunting. They want to go fishing. They want to golf. They want to do all that. I think I'm looking forward to that the most. I haven't really felt any guilt yet because I have a really good wife.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't listen to this podcast, so I'm not saying that just so I can get in good with her. But she's always willing. Like she knows that is like my biggest form of entertainment in the summertime.
Right.
So she has no problem with me going out, but I do less of the time I'll be going out with my buddies after the fact. I'll just want to like get home and see the kid right away, right?
Yeah, and like I'm not going out golfing like against Becca's permission. Like,
Yeah.
I am allowed to go.
Correct.
Like, there's no one's being like, oh, are you gonna go golfing? There's none of that going on, but I still feel the guilt.
Yeah. I think another good point too is like, if you're going to go out and do that for 4 to 5 hours, then I think you're like, maybe you should set something up for your wife. Like, hey, if you're doing that on a Saturday, Sunday, hey, go ahead and plan something for Sunday. Go to like the spa or something, or do that, and then I'll watch the kids for a couple hours, whatever. And it's not about keeping score, who's watching the kids the most, but there is that balance of like, hey, if you're gonna let me do this, then I'm gonna let you do that.
Yeah.
Then it gives you one-on-one time with your kid too.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. I got last night was the first night by myself with the kid. It was fun because I'm a weird dude outside of work when I'm by myself, and I get to be weird with him, and it makes him laugh. He's the only person in the world that laughs at my jokes. So that's why I like him so much.
That was a good joke.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like him so much. He laughs at my
You
jokes.
force him to.
Yeah.
Yep. I
So-
think that honestly, the one thing that to remember is your kids do not love you less because you win golfing. So
I think also have lower your expectations of like, I'm golfing like 4 times a week now. I really hope I can still golf for it. No, if you can golf once a week, great.
Yeah.
You're still getting out.
that's true. If you're doing it every day of the week, tone it down.
Correct. But that also goes back to the daycare port, the golf innovation of the week we had a while ago.
Mhm.
If they had a little daycare center at the clubhouse, then dads could bring the kids there and leave the wife at home to do what she wants to do.
That's the same guilt though. He's not talking about like relationship with your wife. It's the relationship with your kids. Bringing them to the golf course just to leave them at the daycare is the same as just leaving them at home. You're not with them.
True.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
All right, I got another one for you. This is from Garrett_S Spieber. I don't know.
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. When giving gimmies, do you change the distance based on the person you're playing with?
Nope.
Yes. Why don't you?
Rubbers. It's universal. Give them the rubbers.
I don't use rubbers as a universal sign for gimmies.
I got you. Got it. There has to be an even number for everyone.
Gentleman's sport. If you're feeling good that day and you're and like if you're playing good
Mhm.
and you want to keep the mat and if you want a competitive match, give someone a gimme outside the rubber.
Okay. Yeah. I will give them outside. I'm never making someone putt it inside though. I will give people gimmies that are outside the rubber if I'm feeling generous, but I will never make someone putt it inside unless it is for money and like we're down to the wire. Like the putt
Correct.
matters.
Correct.
But other than that, like if it's inside the rubbers, you can just have it. You don't even need to ask me.
I can honestly tell you, I've never put my putter head into the hole to check
When
inside the rubber.
You can usually just tell.
You just
like
guess.
if it's close, you just eyeball it. Like it's good enough.
Yeah. It depends on the generosity of the day.
Yeah.
However, if I'm playing with someone, Mitch, no offense,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you
I love the term no offense just immediately implies this is going to be offensive. Hey, no offense here, but I fucking hate you.
No, because Mitch understands. Mitch, like you're playing golf, you're trying to get better at it. You will eventually, but at this stage of your golf career, I'm gonna give you 2 to 3 feet more in a gimme than I would give Tyler.
See,
Yeah.
I think that's patronizing. If I was in Mitch's position for a long time. If someone's giving me an 8-foot gimme, it kind of pisses me off. It's like, all right, you really think I'm so shitty that you're gonna just give me all of these?
But at the same time, you want Mitch to feel as good about his score as a below average golfer as possible, because that's what's going to give him the confidence to get better at golf.
I just don't like being patronized, if that makes sense. You're clearly bringing attention to me being shitty that you're giving me this huge ass putt.
But you're not making a scene out of it.
Yeah.
Especially if someone's 8 strokes in on a par 4 or a par 3. You give them a 5-foot gimme.
Yeah.
If they want to putt it out and say, hey, not like, hey, I appreciate the gimme, but I'm going to play for actual score today.
Mm-hmm.
And they putt it out and miss, then that's on them.
Yeah. You also can't get better at putting if you get too many gimmies. Those
Unless you practice,
So wait,
unless
Ryan.
you practice.
Oh.
No, I know. I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going with this. And I played that statement through my head. here's where I'm going to beat you to it right here.
God damn it.
I said,
I was just about 5 seconds
if I
too
give you
late.
like a 5-foot gimme and you're like, hey, no, that's okay. I'm going to putt it. And you putt it and miss it. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to play for actual score today.
Then it counts.
Then it counts. That's correct. But if I give you a gimme and you're like, all right, sweet. And then you just walk up to it and put it in, you're not taking that. If you miss, you're not taking that stroke.
Yeah, we've done this too many times.
Yeah.
Mitch, you are in this position. How do you feel if someone gives you a huge gimme? Do
And
you
be
feel
honest.
Yeah.
So here's the actually when
Don't
we're-
agree with either of us if you don't want to.
Right. Well, I'm gonna here's how I'm gonna phrase it. When we're actually out playing, I'll appreciate it because we're keeping pace moving. Like and if you do it subtly and not like, oh, Mitch, you've been playing like shit. Here's a 10-foot gimme.
Yeah.
Like obviously, don't do that. But if you're like, oh, that's good, very subtly, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
But when we get to the end of the round and I like tallying up my score and I'm like, shit, I shot like 10 lower than I usually shoot. That's awesome. In the back of my head, I'm going to know it's probably going to be closer to an average round for me because I was getting a lot more gimmies.
So you don't feel as good about your low score knowing that you got all these really nice gimmies given to you.
Yeah. In my mind, I shot an average round.
Okay.
I'm not, in my mind, I know I'm not improving.
So it lessens your good score, in your opinion.
Yes.
Do you ever just
Okay.
finish- So you don't-
But that's just me being a
'Cause you're also-
semi-competitive person with myself and like knowing I want to get better.
Because you're not going to get better if we're giving you 8 to 10-foot gimmies.
Exactly. I need to be. I would argue putting is the most important part of a golf game.
Yeah.
Like that's where you gather most of your strokes anyway.
I would say this argument doesn't even involve gimmies. This argument involves Mitch playing from the reds, even
Yeah.
us playing from whites or blues, and Mitch playing from reds. I think that's more of a give to Mitch to boost his confidence and improve his
Mhm.
game than it is for us give him 8 to 10-foot gimmies and not putting that out and not getting better at putting.
Yeah,
Right.
because I feel better about taking 50 yards from the tee box
Correct.
than an extra 4 feet on the green,
Correct.
which sounds super dumb.
But no,
But-
you're right. Because like it'll take you 2-3 shots to get to the green, and then there's nothing worse than 3 putting from there.
You're right.
You just double your shots from 20 feet and in.
Yeah. And the more you putt, the potentially better you're going to get at it. It takes a lot longer to get better.
No,
at
I
putting.
totally feel what you're saying though. Like you get a good score, and then you think back and like, well, I took a breakfast ball there that I probably shouldn't have, and I did this and I did that, so I'd probably actually shot 5 strokes worse. Than
There's been
this.
plenty of rounds on Prairie Wood where I've shot like a typical 9 for me is like 60, 65, which is not good. But I'll shoot like 50 or a 47. I'm like, damn, that was really good. And I'll be like, well, I didn't take a drop on the on the par 5 because I hit it into the water. I did 2 breakfast balls on the par 3 after.
and then you'll realize that Prairie was a par 32 and not a par 36.
Yeah. Yep.
So there's that. I'm retracting my statement.
Just
I'm gonna-
being a competitive person.
When I will extend the gimme though is when there are a lot of strokes being taken by that
Yeah.
person on the course.
I'm more for it for pace
Correct.
than
Yep.
I am for person skill level.
Yes.
So
And
like-
I think we can both agree on that.
Yeah, if it like took homie 6 shots to get out of the sand, it's like you're getting the gimme so we can get going, not because I
Yep.
think you're shitty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
And that's why I
agree.
said like actually out on the course I'll appreciate it because like I'm a big proponent of like keep pace of play going. Like don't
Yeah.
be that slow ass because that's shitty. But yeah,
Good one.
it was a very good question.
Should be the final question. Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
wrap her up.
Okay.
Suspense.
Yeah. I think this is a good one. From Zeely Nick 10. 400-yard drive on hole 1 or sink a 30-foot putt on 18 in front of a full clubhouse.
Putt on 18 for
100%.
sure.
100%.
Without a doubt.
Really?
Such an easy
Yeah.
question. 30-footer on 18.
There's an audience. If there's an audience on hole 1, maybe I'd change my tune.
But on
Well,
hole
also-
one, you're setting the tone for the round with a 400-yard drive. That's
Yeah.
setting a great tone.
Well, if you know anything about sentence structure, the exclamation point goes at the end.
That's true.
That is correct. That's
Yeah.
actually
What
a
the-
great way to look at it.
Unless you're Spanish, and then the exclamation point is both on the front and the end.
Yeah.
Nothing better than a good hook, though.
That's true. Well, I mean, if there's an audience on both, I might have to think about this more. But
I don't even think it's about the audience. I think it's about your round just ended and you ended on the highest note possible.
yes. Also, making a 30-foot putt is fucking tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dope.
And I'm, you know me, I don't give a shit about how far my drive goes. I just want it to go straight.
Mm-hmm.
Like I tee off with my 5-iron 60% of the time. So the drive distance doesn't get my dick hard. A long putt does.
The drive distance does get my dick hard.
I know it does.
But if I had to choose, it's going to be the 30-footer.
Yeah.
Let's do one more real quick.
Okay.
Sounds more like a blinker than a
just
clock.
any question.
Just read a question.
It's great, great for radio right now. Any
Sorry.
fucking question on the list, Mitch.
What's the worst thing about making a birdie?
The worst thing about making a birdie is getting your expectations high that you can make a birdie.
I was just going to say, getting a birdie, the worst thing about it is getting the double bogey immediately after.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The worst part about hitting a birdie is like, wow, I can do that again, and then you don't do it again.
Mhm.
You won't do it for the next like 30 holes.
I did it for 61 holes straight without a birdie.
Yeah. It's the thing for the birdies the thing about birdies for me is that as soon as I get one, it could be on hole 16 and I haven't done this the entire round, but now all of a sudden I am looking at my score. I'm like, well, if I get enough birdie on this one and this one, par out here, then I have a good score. And then if I just get pars or above, I'm not really looking at my score that much.
Yeah,
But
I'd
as
agree.
soon as I get a birdie, all of a sudden I'm Alan from The Hangover counting cards playing blackjack.
Yep.
And I got numbers swirling around my head trying to calculate how I'm going to break 90 today or how I'm going to do this or that. And it doesn't happen until I get a birdie on the scorecard. So I mean, they're great. Don't get me wrong. These are the few negative things.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, that's the worst part is all of a sudden I start thinking about my score.
I'm wondering, like, when in someone's golf career does a birdie putt feel the same as a par putt mentally? Like, if you have a 5-foot putt for birdie and a 5-foot putt for par, guys like us are shaking in our boots with that 5-foot birdie putt. But a par putt is like, I'm just used to bogey golf. So if I happen to push or pull this putt, miss it, tap in for bogey, I do that a lot, right?
Yeah.
I wonder, like, when is the time in your career where how many birdies you got to get? 1,000?
God, I think you got to be like consistently in the mid 70s.
How many birdies do you think you've hit in your life?
Probably less than 50.
I think that's a tough question, actually.
And I mean, it depends on the courses too. Like
Just all the courses that you've currently played.
I would say sub 50 for sure.
I want to say for me, it's probably between like 75 and 100.
Yeah. And we've played a lot of golf holes.
Yeah, we have.
True.
Yeah, that's like less than one birdie per round.
I can tell you how many eagles I've gotten.
One. I can tell you how many eagles I've gotten.
One.
Mm-hmm.
I have 0 eagles.
You have any
Also-
birdies?
I want to say like maybe 2.
Yeah.
You're getting there,
No,
though.
those you'll remember. You should remember them if it's only 2.
Okay, one more question to knock it out.
I did find one more.
Okay, good.
And I think this is a great question. Craziest item used as a ball marker.
Probably a nicotine pouch.
Yeah.
No
yeah,
way.
He has done that. I've seen him do it. Pop a velo out, set it down behind
Who,
his
me?
ball. Yeah.
I've never done that before. I'm just seeing it online.
Someone we've golfed with has done this.
I have
And I
never
was
done that.
Pretty positive it was you.
No, but I think a nicotine pouch as a ball marker. I mean, I always
that's not a bad idea.
I always forget to put the ball marker in my pocket to begin the round.
Mm.
So I'm either using a tee, which I mean can really fuck up somebody's
Yeah,
shot.
I think using a tee as the ball marker is the most
It's a dumb-
pointless thing because it is marking where it's at, but it's still impeding the ball.
Even the poker chip that a lot of people use.
Yeah.
That could still really screw someone's shot up.
Well, if you're truly in somebody's line and you're marking your ball, you're supposed to put down the flat marker and then push on it with your putter.
Oh,
The
I didn't
best
know
ball
that.
marker on planet Earth are the cheapest ones that nobody likes because they're half a penny a piece. It's the ones with the little tiny stake underneath the plastic flat top that you can push down into the ground and get it under surface level. So if a puck goes over top, it's probably not going to impede on it.
Right. Like, and it's still going to affect it a teeny tiny bit, but the least out of any ball marker.
Yep.
So yeah, so is the question the craziest thing we've used as a ball marker?
Craziest item used as a ball marker. So I would say for this question,
Us personally.
you've used or you've seen used while out on the course.
I've used a leaf plenty of times.
I've seen you do that. Yes.
I've used a leaf. I think the nicotine pouch is a great one.
Yeah. Maybe it was Jade. Jade
It could have
did
been.
It was
yeah.
it was 100% Jade. You were with, but it was Jade.
Sure. It definitely could have been.
God, I haven't used anything weird. I just always have a ball marker on me because it's in my divot fixture.
You know what
I
another
was gonna
great
say I keep it on my
You know what
hat.
another great ball marker would be is the top of a beer can.
Yeah, the little
tab.
Yeah,
The
that would
tab
work
of
great.
a beer can would be a great ball marker. So you don't have a ball marker, finish a beer quick, rip the tab off, and use it as a ball marker the rest of the round. Goes in the garbage. At the end.
I've used a beer. I've used a beer before.
And a beer doesn't impede on anybody's shot.
Well, it does, but I was just like marking it so I could pick my ball up and clean it situation.
Sure.
Like throwing the beer down where the ball would be. It's never threw a beer down. It's like, hey, dude, you're in my line. Can you mark it? And just set my fucking can in front of them.
And no one's going to question that either.
Yeah.
It's like if the ball, like where your putt is, like, hey, you better fucking you better put the ball back right where it was. If that ball's within a 3-foot diameter of where it was, it's not going to affect the putt for us anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
That was from Cody.Maynard.
Thanks, Maynard.
Thanks, Cody. Appreciate you, man. Guys,
Say big money at your place before.
we're gonna save the rest of the questions. We might get to those in another podcast.
Yeah.
We might, throw them into some debates, whatever. But we appreciate you all that submitted. Thanks again for doing that. This is our favorite type of podcast to do is the Q&A. So
Yeah, because we don't have to think of anything. You guys do it all for us.
yes, and we love that because sometimes we get single track minded when we're in it every day. So thank you for doing that. Send the pod to a friend. Again, we're trying to get past 14 on the golf charts. We want to get top 10 for sure. Send it to a buddy, send it to your golf group chat. Say, hey, listen to the hole-in-one debate, listen to the Q and all this kind of shit.
Yeah, leave us a review too. Haven't had any reviews in a while. Maybe we'll start reading a couple again.
Yeah.
Give us a creative one. And if the one guy, I forget his name, gives us 1 star and then his review is like, this is my favorite golf podcast. I love them so much. It's like, you absolutely misunderstood the assignment, sir.
Because he meant number 1.
Yeah, and he's like, I felt like it was appropriate since these guys are bad golfers to give them 1 star, but I love the podcast and I love them. It's great. It's like, no,
Yeah,
this is our job. We need the 5.
it does not help us out at all.
It was funny though.
But thanks for taking the time to do that anyway.
Yep.
So, guys, we're going to wrap up the episode 108.
Yep.
Love you all.
Only 108. Bye. Love you. Hell, that's a breakfast ball.